What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Club 33 podcast for episode 11. I didn't realize last week was episode 10. I couldn't think episode 9, but this is actually episode 11, so
It's
we're already
11.
we're already in the double digits. That's pretty good. And well, we have some good stuff going on this week. There was a lot of good changes in both patch notes last 2 weeks, so I think that's a pretty good buff overall in the game. So what's up with you guys? How you guys doing?
Not much.
Nothing
Chill.
much, man. It was kind of crazy to see we expect patch notes on Wednesdays, but they kind of came on the earlier side. Like a lot of us started hanging out, so we got to see them right away. And this time, I actually was able to look at them before kind of not knowing anything before the show, which has happened the past couple of times. So yeah, we'll have some stuff to talk about and hang out.
That's good. I'm happy for that. We're
Yeah.
sure. So just like recapping the first set of patch notes which came out last week, there was a lot of stuff in there. And we'll just touch on a few things there. So I have like my notes here says Glue actually making good decisions for DSA. They, fixed in a way PvP. Exchange changes, that was a big deal. I think it's a really big deal what they were to do there. And now there's also a set schedule for double drops, so at least we're not going to be caught on surprise and stuff like that. And we'll know when these double drops are coming, and they'll be coming in a cycle. So we'll have those grand campaign double chest, double gear, and double character tokens. So start off with Sky. What are your thoughts on some of the changes they made in the first update last week?
Yeah. Obviously the schedule's pretty sweet, right? We all have the time where you maybe you wake up in the morning and you do all your different grinds and your energy refreshes, but then you're like, oh, but what if today was the day that it was gear times 2, and you wait like 5 hours, and it's just annoying and tedious, and you constantly have to feel like you have to do it all day. So I like that. That's great. The schedule to it, and then it's very balanced now. So you can say, okay, 1 token, 1 grand campaign, 2 gear. Super straightforward, makes sense. Consistency, communication. I like it.
Good job, Meathead.
Yep. And then then there was the arena change was huge, right? It got rid of like all the problems.
Yeah.
And makes people have to play it less. So it's just all good. They're giving out more rewards apart from like the 0.01% of people that were cheating the system.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's great. Great changes all around there.
What about you, Juice?
Yeah, I'll jump in with the PvP changes. Like the idea of just participating and not feeling like you're forced to get wins and stuff. I think it's a really, really good change. And obviously they changed the number of participations you need to get to. So rather than compared to the 300 wins before, I think what it got down to 300 participating battles. Is that right, Sky?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Here's one thing I will say that I did not expect after they made this change is like I've gotten lazier in PvP now. Like obviously you want to grind out those 5 wins, or you want to at least get that one battle done for your daily. But like when you don't have to worry about getting wins, it's like sometimes I wasn't doing enough of my matches. Like I felt I got a little bit lazy on it just because like when you have to get those when you have to get those 3 wins or 5 wins, depending on what your club needs or whatever they ask of you, like yeah, I'd wake up early and try to grind them out. Once I was done, I was done. But like, I'd wake up and be like, I'll just do 3 random PvP battles later. It doesn't matter. And then sometimes I get lazy or busy with stuff I never do them. But I'm starting to get back in the swing of things. But it kind of changed my mindset a little bit. Did you guys think at all? Like, did that happen to you all or no?
Oh yeah, I mean I like barely do like much PvP even before the change, but like my little friend, he's not very active anymore in on BlueStacks. So I think it's a positive, for the whole community. Not too many, but what you're talking about, people getting lazy, guilty, because there's not much of a push, and
It's good. It's a chore, right?
yeah, I know it is a chore. It is a chore, in all honesty. I know some people love PvP, and I tip my hat off to you. The majority of people, not so much. So for the majority of the people playing the game, it just doesn't feel as tedious, right? So then there's less of stress overall in the game, so I'm happy about that. But Sky, more points to this. Do you have any more points to the PvP?
No.
No.
I think we covered base.
I was gonna add something really quick too, just regarding the PvP stuff. Like I asked Truex Prawn, which he's like the go-to guy when it comes to PvP, just because he's climbed the bracket so many times and he's at the highest of champion or grand champ again. I asked him, I said, hey, what's it like now that they made these changes? Like, do you still see people running macros? Do you still see people autoing and things like that? Do you still run into a ton of bots? And from what I've heard, it's kind of still the same. Like, I don't know if they have designated people that still run macros just to make sure they get those 300 participation battles or something like that, because the gold's taken away. But I don't know if they just do that to get those 5 wins a day for that daily, or to get that chest too, which is also worth mentioning as well. So seems like it's not like there's a dramatic change when it comes to other players that are battling in the arena at higher levels, but maybe we'll see something long term. It's still recent, so I'm not expecting significant changes when it comes to it. But it was something I was interested in. I asked, and I will say this: matchmaking has been kind of weird lately. I have been getting matched up to like some random like low like level 60 teams that hit Grand Champ at one point. So like I got paired up with like a full gear tier 6 frozen team once, and the matchmaking's been a little bit weird. I don't know if they've changed. I don't think they changed any of that, but it's different now that there's a lot less people running macros and stuff too. So yeah, we'll see.
For me, like the biggest update that made me happy was the exchange. Like now you can get more stuff like in the raid exchange. Essences now in the club exchange. I don't know the exact ratios of how good those are, but at least like in the raid exchange, you're not going and waiting so long to get those things. And now like my raid tokens just kind of fly by more. I don't know how you guys felt about that, but tournament exchange still the same. I think that might be the exchange that maybe never changes. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, it stayed the same, unfortunately. But looking forward.
Blue's just afraid of the hoarders. That's the problem with that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I
'Cause
mean,
there's people with like millions.
yeah, but they can spend it on the what's it called? The token exchange.
Is much less efficient though than if you were to buy any gear there. It's like
True.
very expensive to do that.
True. But somewhere you can get gear, right? But then like with the tournament exchange, like my thing is like I think we talked about this before anyways, is like they don't even have to change the characters too much. They just have to add and rotate. That's all they have to do. That's really all they have to do. And you can keep your Kronk, you can keep everyone there. I don't really care. Just have a rotation, like just like the premium exchange, have a rotation on there. It's not going to hurt you.
They had a monthly character in ST that cycled in and out.
Or like a set of like 3 or 4.
But it could even be one.
It could even be
That'd
one.
great.
Then it'll give
Honestly,
people like reason to spend.
Lowest bar, one monthly character getting swapped out. Even bi-monthly. I don't care.
And it can even be nice to newer players. It could be like a Sven, or it could be like a hero, just to kick it off. And then next thing you know, you have Jafar. Just saying.
Yeah.
They can throw things in
I'll
there.
add this to the exchange stuff, which I thought was cool. Is like they did this at a really good time because the monthly raid milestones reset. So like when they added a lot of those essences and some of the other gear pieces in as well, like especially some of those raid tier pieces like the conch shells or the the piece that I'm talking about. They added more of those too as well. So like as soon as those raid milestones reset on the last week, like you had a ton of more currency to play with. So that was good timing for them to do that. And for me, like where I'm very cautious of what I'm spending on, like I'm over like 200,000 raid currency now. Like I'm sitting on a lot now, just kind of planning on how I'm buying. But it's really cool to have more options to buy more stuff too. And especially when you see some of those essences and stuff now, like luminous essences, and sometimes you see bursting and stuff too. It's like that stuff you don't normally get, and you're at the mercy of RNG for some of those raid drops to get that stuff. Like those are instant buys now. So if you're hoarding and you're spending your resources in a smart way, and if you've used Sky's efficiency stuff, like you're gonna be even better than you were before just because of what's available now. So and one little thing I'll mention too, because I made the new mistake of doing this, is don't buy the 8,750 sorcerer tournament characters in the ST exchange. I did it one time. Stop, I see your face. I swapped over to the right ones. So I am using some of that stuff now to get the 7-star currency just because, or the token exchange, just because I don't want to go for Judy Hopps and Madam Mim. I've kind of decided I was almost at 2 million Sorcerer tournament tokens, so I
Holy
was like,
crap.
okay, let's start getting some of these 7-star currency stuff. So
Yeah.
yes, smart farming, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The one bad thing about the exchange change that I think people are gonna notice more and more as time goes on is if you are level 61 plus, they got rid of a lot of the extracts, which is the
Oh
T4
man.
gear.
Ooh.
So there's only one rotating slot. So if it's not like health, offense, or speed, there's like a 1 in like 8 chance that it's in each shop. And you only
Yeah.
get 10 at a time. So that's like my big thing to keep out for now for people is just when you see a extract you don't have a lot of, just buy it. Just buy it.
Yeah.
You're gonna need it at some point.
Mine is always warding and wind.
Yeah, well, wind's always there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
warding is in a cycling spot.
That one is terrible to get. It really
Yeah.
sucks.
So you can, if people have like Triton or Stitch or even Rapunzel maxed, you can buy the warding essence consistently in those shops. But it is kind of, it's not the most efficient. You'd rather buy it in club. But if you get desperate, it's better than like using energy.
I agree. But definitely a big boost to the exchange, and I'm glad they finally did
Oh,
something
for sure.
about it. Like, this is definitely like a quality of life update that I think the game really needed. So again, thumbs up, hats off to Glue and Meathead. You guys are going in the right direction for this. But next on the agenda is going to be the Namari and Raya event. So I've never watched Raya and the Last Dragon yet, so I have no clue who these characters are. I'll just do my little 2 cents here. On my club, we're having like there's a little debate about like, is it going to be a legendary event or not? And it clearly states it's going to be a leaderboard, but for some reason, there was someone who got them like, poking like, oh, they like release 2 characters and they can release the legendary team next week. I'm like, they're not going to with a leaderboard. That doesn't make any sense. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I like it. I like whale leaderboards. I like them, and I know most people don't, but I like them, and I like this one especially because this is like a Moana type event, right? Where there's 2 sections of it. And then for the second section, which you're gonna get less of through the event naturally, obviously, the Maui section, so to speak. That one is gonna be the rewards for the leaderboards. So everyone's gonna get tokens to further the characters in these events, right? Even if you spend $0 on it. I plan on spending $0 on it. And I'm playing it some gamma runes and it's gonna be great.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, like a lot of people were upset about the whole leaderboard thing, and like, I don't really care because during the Rescue Rangers events, I didn't do anything, and like, I literally got like 25 rank in like my local whatever it was, like the local bracket, and I got free rewards. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
like amazing, but like, I didn't do anything. I didn't invest in any of those characters. I still got stuff. So like, I feel like for some of these leaderboards, it's like either you're all in or like you're maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you're not, but obviously hesitate before you see the kits. The one thing I'll mention too is what's kind of opening my eyes up a little bit is this whole like adventurer tag, and like
Mm-hmm.
Moana's on it, and Jack Sparrow's on it, and a couple other characters I don't know, which I'm sure you
Bo
guys
Peep?
do. One more time. Yeah,
Bo
Bo
Peep?
Peep. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's like we saw this whole like princess potential with Rapunzel and Merida. Not to say that's not a thing anymore. It could even get better and better, but like who knows? Like if there's a good leadership that's worth it, we may see more diversity and things like that. But we're getting to the point now where there's a lot of we're starting to see overlaps from characters, whether it's like you're running Moana and Oceanic or you're running Moana and Adventure or something like that. So new tags are always interesting to me, and I'm curious to see kind of where it comes out after that. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit back and relax and enjoy the event and just kind of see what they look like and how the animations are. I think they're gonna look really great. I enjoyed the movie a lot, right, in Last Dragon. But yeah, releasing 2 characters and 3 after that is probably gonna be what we see. And then who knows if that's gonna be an insane team, but we'll have to see.
Mhm.
Do you think the choices they did so far were good, Juice? Because you're the only one who's watched it from us. So do you think these two characters they chose were good first choices?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you wanna pull Raya in to kind of hook the fans and hook the players. She's going to be a given first. And then the other character I believe is, I don't want to spoil the film. I'm not going to, but she's a kind of a major character in the film, which it makes sense why. But obviously, I believe the dragon, which doesn't come to name right now. I'm sure she'll be the final unlock for the next pass for the other three characters. There's a lot of characters in the film, so they can do a lot of work with it. There's like I know someone was talking in my chat earlier. There's like a little baby con artist in the film that kind of is up to mischief and creates chaos and stuff. So I'm sure that they may be a character. The dragon will probably be a character. There's just a lot of other characters in the film. So who will they pick? I'm not too sure, but Raya in the first pass, the dragon in the second pass, if they do release a full 5, which they
I don't
should,
think
right?
they're gonna.
This is a Christoph Sven thing, right?
No.
No. There's an event. It's like a Moana event.
Okay. So
So
these are the
it's
only two we're
it's
getting?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's what they've been saying for a long time.
Kind of like
then I'm
Rescue
completely
Rangers.
wrong then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got it.
The blog post that was posted a while ago only mentioned these two characters, and then
Got it.
you're using adventurers to get their tokens.
Okay.
So
Interesting. So yeah, then
Crazy.
I'm wrong then. I thought this was going to be like a they release Christoph and Sven first, but they do it with like a leadership board or leaderboard style this time rather than the other way, but yeah, we'll have to see. I think the characters are cool though. I mean, those two characters have a lot of value. I think if you've seen the movie, you'll be happy with the two that they chose. I'm just curious. I thought they'd put the dragon in. It's just she's beautiful in the film. I'm sure they could really animate her really well and have some cool abilities. But I don't know. There's nothing wrong with not having her.
Never know she could come in as a spell. Possibly. I have no clue
Yeah.
how important she is in the film, but never know. We could get a spell out of that. That would be kind of cool. We're lacking spells anyway. Or what?
Yeah.
What does it have for honeypot right now?
Oh
is it?
bother.
Oh bother. Oh
Oh,
bother.
bother.
Oh bother. Oh bother. We have a Woody nerf. That's a pretty bad nerf. Well, I don't know if it's bad, good or bad, but that come on, you gotta give me credit. That was a pretty smooth transition.
Woody was so toxic, guys. I don't know if you guys went up against any Woodies. It's like the least fun you could have. It's so terrible.
It was really cool to see in action because no one would die.
Yeah, no, literally, it's like when Beast doing 4 attacks for 8,000 damage
Mhm.
should not have a 74% chance to heal your opponent for 9,000. That's what we're talking about, right?
That's literally like a third of his health. Right? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's a lot, guys.
And that'll make Beast doing 4 basics against like a defense down opponent. So Beast would not deal damage 74% of the time.
It's pretty crazy.
It's so dumb. What were they thinking?
Well,
it's like this shouldn't be a shock to anyone. Like Woody was just so broken. He was just so broken. That's what it came down to. And
I guess
I don't
people
know
should
if
be
they were
happy.
trying to cover their mistake. Like maybe they didn't mean to buff him. And then they're just like, I will just keep it. He needed a buff anyways. And then they realized, oh wait, this is way too good.
See, the thing for Woody for me is like, I mean, I agree that obviously how broken as he was and stuff, but like I liked it. Like he was the scum of the earth. Like what at the whole point of DSA, like he was non-playable at all. And I mean, I've gone up against him. It's not like it was an auto loss. It's not like when you saw Woody, you'd be like you were done. Like I'd rather face Woody the pre-nerfs instead of Herc or something like that. Like there were some busted times where Woody would just heal like crazy. But I mean, it kind of changed your strategy, right? Like if they're not running Golden Hammer, maybe you take out Woody first or something, or maybe you're running Ursula or Facilier for Polymorph or something like that. So like I don't know, maybe you can try to work around it. I know the healing's busted. I mean, I can see why they did it.
9,000 is so much healing, dude. Every AoE is gonna proc that also. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like Gogo's AoE might as well have 100% chance to proc that passive.
Right. I know, right? It's just I don't know. Did it frustrate you guys that there's still other things they need to fix, and then they just fix that one really fast?
No, it frustrates me that this hasn't been their approach all along. There should be frequent changes. The longer they took to nerf Woody, the more people were going to invest in him, right? So
Yeah,
by nerfing him now, people didn't have the time to get the tokens and the gear, or if they did, maybe they weren't all the way done or something.
Yeah.
If
it,
they wait, they're just gonna piss more people off.
yeah.
Yeah.
They should have just waited and done like their usual and just wait like 6 months and be like, oh, maybe we should fix Honey Lemon a little bit. Oh, maybe we should fix this character. They should have just done that. But I guess in a way it's moving forward, and they're like, you know what? We're not gonna let this slide for that long. There's a lot of Hercules
I
bugs
hope
that need to
so.
be fixed.
So pressure. So
Look,
much.
I will say this
11.
though, and I know Dan J Blue's in chat right now, live on Twitch. They had those downtown hero bundles in the store right when he was kind of hot in the like hot, and everyone was playing him right then. So like, you know, God forbid you bought some of those $50 bundles or that $100 bundle, whatever they had in the store, and then you used it to gear him up, and then you got to play him for a week, and then they nerfed him. Like,
Yeah.
very very interesting though. I will say that.
And every single G8 piece was so important on him. It's like because it added all of them added recovery. So
Oh,
it's not even
really?
like you could have like partially uh like if you wanted to finish him, you couldn't like keep him at like 7.5. It's like no, you need every single piece because every single piece has recovery, and that's why he heals for 9,000.
So there was actually a reason for those seed essences. I like it.
Yeah, no, he uses like 200 and something seed essence to G8.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they changed it up and stuff like that. But
Yeah, well, if you went up against Herc, Baymax, Woody, Hero, and then probably Ursula as the fifth, but pick your poison. That team was so toxic. The team was so
True.
toxic.
that is true. Um,
Yeah, maybe
So-
for me, just because I wasn't PvPing that much. So you were probably running into that more, Sky, huh?
Yeah, not too many times, luckily, but the 3 or 4 times I played against it, it was so bad. So I'm interested in both of these kits. Obviously, we just have their brief descriptions right now.
Yeah.
But Raya, I'm liking the looks of Raya because she has multiple different places where she could give synergy that's much needed. Which is adventurers and princesses. Both she could slot into either of these and potentially give them some help. I don't know if she has a lead or what. It's very vague. But yeah, it's interested to see if she can slot in kind of as that adventure lead or maybe as that prince, like other princess for a princess squad. Because I think she should. I looked it up and I'm like, she should be a princess if I'm not mistaken. And then Kingdom's been needing like a tank. So I don't know if Namari. I don't know if they're exactly a tank or like they say a brawler, and sometimes brawlers taunt and sometimes they don't. But I'd be interested to see if that's like the tank that I think
but then it also says she
every
supports.
faction needs. Yeah, but so probably not, but it could be. It's, like there's a lot of vague grammar.
That's not
Yeah,
uncommon.
I read it that she's gonna be tanky.
You're gonna be tanking.
There's a lot of vague grammar. I think it could definitely go either way.
Yeah, she's trading Raya's evasion for health and defense.
Is that, like,
That's how
sorry.
I read it.
I'm looking like at the characters for Kingdom. You're right. Like the only tank we have is like Beast, and if you don't have like non-legendary, you're looking at Cogsworth, Jasmine, and Gaston, Maximus, and Kronk. So
yeah, it's
the
pretty rough
greatest. So for the more free to play community out there, you guys are going to get. You guys don't have much of a choice. Unfortunately, probably Jasmine is still the best out of all these tanks.
Free to play should not be going Kingdom.
Well, that's another thing too, but
right.
I'm just saying.
Free to play should not be going Kingdom.
Yeah, it's like
Do
funny.
you think Do you think like Shan Yu's leadership will see a comeback with this or anything?
I mean,
Well, that's a good question.
it's hard to say, right? Every team should be running Hercules right now. So if you're running, it's like highly based synergy teams are kind of not the best unless they're mythical based.
Hmm.
And that's the one thing I think that a lot of people are running into is that just Herc is better than any synergy in the game. So it's I don't imagine it will. It could be. I could eat my words, but I don't imagine.
Sure, not everyone should be running a Barley Bomb Elsa.
I mean, those are the two best characters in PvP. I
Oh
saw it on
man.
Cozy's channel.
Oh man. That's a little joke for my Elsa lovers out there who
Oh.
who apparently don't want to see reality, but yeah. I get
Trash talking Elsa, I feel like for like half a year now. I think
Yeah.
I honestly been just saying that Elsa is overrated for like half a year.
I guess we're gonna go a little off topic here, but because like so Elsa, like sure she cleanses and stuff like that when she like is about to die and go to glacial armor, right? But like Hercules cleanses kind of frequently with how his kit works, and he gives a lot of self buffs, and his attacks are a lot stronger. And he doesn't have to get, and he gets empowered. It feels like a lot quicker than Elsa, from what I've noticed.
That's very true.
But you know what? Barley Bomb Elsa is still. That is apparently.
Pacha meme.
Yeah. Yes. Little jokes there for my piece. Sorry about that.
Look, I want to ask you guys this too, because we were still kind of talking about like the Raya event and things like that. Like, I kind of talked about it on stream like earlier this week, but like, I don't know, like, are these characters coming out new content for you guys? Like, was Rescue Rangers new content? Like, is this new content? Because it's not for me. Like,
no way.
I was saying how stale this game's feeling for me right now. Like, I don't know how you guys are in it too, because I know you guys stream on Twitch as well. Dragon, you guys release other content too. Like, man, this game's feeling like a chore for me right now. I don't know why, but it's just like it feels so odd. I've never felt this part of the game before, and this is extremely off topic, but I don't know if we're gonna get another thoughts at the end of the show. But like, I asked this in Twitch chat, and I know a lot of people said that when I was streaming, when I asked it, they said they thought the new characters wasn't content. I thought I saw Sky shaking his head, but I don't know. Is that safe to say?
Go ahead, Sky.
I completely agree. Your characters aren't content. I'm terrible. I kind of like when there's no content because I just like farming. I just like farming, guys. It's kind of great when I'm like, I don't even have to do the raid. This is so much fun. I can spend less time on the like. It's sometimes I want to stream and I'm kind of bummed I can't do more.
Yeah.
But if I'm not streaming, I'm thrilled, man. I'm literally thrilled. I'm like, heck yeah. There's no content. This is great.
Yeah. See, for me, it's like farming for like the long term, like farming for Herc for the next pass, or like farming for Beast when it comes out. It's like, you kind of farm specific tokens, or like, what essences you need or gear pieces you need. And then it's like, you're done. Like, it's like, what is there? Like, I mean, you got your dailies and stuff to do, but it's like, I don't know. It's just kind of a little stale to me.
It definitely is. It definitely is. And I know I'm in the minority with the way I just play this game. I'm definitely in the minority.
But it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Like I said,
I'm gonna run into separate issues than other people.
We're talking about if there was content or not, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's not. And I don't know what we was thinking, to be honest. We obviously we've been given a lot of praise and stuff like that, but like characters aren't gonna make me play the game more, because farming only takes like 2 minutes. What will make me play more is if you give me game mode. Then I have to think like, ooh, do I need this character or this character? Maybe it'll make me have to level up someone like Jack Sparrow, for instance. Like, oh, maybe I do need to work on this adventure tag, or maybe do need to work on, I don't know, these specific characters for Oceanic, and it won't let me use Stitch or something like that, for instance. Just thinking, They need to do
Yeah,
something
the
like
thing I was
that.
gonna add really quick is like
Mhm.
at least, and I'm glad I'm wrong about those other characters coming out, those other Raya characters coming out, which isn't happening, is because just by adding 2 characters, it forces you to do more theory crafting. So that's more up your alley, where it's like you may have your
Mhm.
Moana all set, you may already have a Jack Sparrow all set, you may have any of those other adventure characters all set. So like getting 2 rather than 5 is less of everything and less demand, less money and everything. So if that's your thing, like if you like playing around with other characters, whether it's PvP or raid theory crafting, and I don't know if you want to take them in club dungeon and one shot everybody, you can also do that too. But like, I mean, at least if you have these other characters all set and good to go, then you can start playing with a lot of new teams with this adventure tag, which could be cool. But I still think that's vague content, in my opinion. That doesn't really scratch the surface for me.
I think you can
No.
even consider just features, because characters to me are just features of the game, because the game modes are really the content. They're
Yeah.
I just can't, like, honestly. I mean, yesterday I streamed Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for like
Oh,
two
you did?
hours. Yeah, I played it for like 2 hours yesterday, and it was pretty fun. Like, people jumped in and saw me fail, because I never played platformers in my life. Really, I'm really bad at them, but I had a lot of fun. I mean, that was like, it felt so good to not play DSA, but it just felt good not to play DSA for a little bit, because it's the same thing. I go in there, I play my PvPs, and that's about it. And guys, we all know my distaste for PvP. And I can only talk so much about characters, and I don't want to be whining, complaining like the entire stream, like, oh, they should fix this character, because it's stuff you already know. It's like, the more you talk about it, the more it's not gonna get fixed. It's all to glue. So if you keep on complaining, right? I mean, it's true. It's like,
Yeah.
well, when are they gonna fix Yzma? When are they gonna fix this character? It's like, it's not gonna happen like tomorrow.
No.
So the best thing for me to do is to play other games, and that's why I also play Swagga. But I haven't really streamed it lately. But like, yeah, DSA, they need to come back to like retaining people, because. But I think maybe they think by releasing characters it's going to retain people, which it's not. Like, that's just my opinion. It's not going to. So yeah.
No, it's an honest point, Dragon, because like um obviously DSA is a tricky game to stream already, and
Mm-hmm.
it's good to bring up because we all stream and we make content for this game. But like um as I mentioned before, like how the game feels a little bit stale. Like, uh, y- I don't know. It's just tricky. I mean, I'm not having as much fun as I was before. Not to the point where like I'm done with the game or quitting the game. I have seen friends of mine that are getting out of the game now
Mm-hmm.
too, which is interesting. But just in general, it's just tricky too, man. Just because it's just content. You do content so fast. Like Club Dungeon takes a second. You one shot everything. Like if they
Mhm.
ramp up the difficulty or something and maybe add some rewards, maybe some bonus gold, or like I know they did the thing with the betas during the anniversary week. I'm not saying to do that every time, but like maybe they had different rewards for every single level you do. Like maybe one level, like level 15 gives you a couple gammas and level 16 gives you gold, level 17 gives you something else. Like that's that possibility. But you just clear stuff too fast. Like we're at the point of the raid now where it's like, man, if you're not paying attention, you see that notification says the raid has started, like there's a good chance you may not get one single attempt in by the time it's over. I know some clubs are clearing it within like, you know, half hour or even shorter than that, or some clubs are still taking a couple hours, but like it's super easy to not get attempts. And so it's just difficult. And I can see why you're doing something like that, because it's like you can knock out all your dailies within an hour, man. Like based on how fast you go. And I don't know
Yeah,
if you're pacing yourself when you're doing it, but it's like, yeah, we're missing something, man. It's we definitely are.
for sure.
When did the raid come out? Was that November?
It came out November like 14th, I think, is
Yeah,
close to the
so we're
date.
looking at almost 5 months since the last content drop, right? It's quite a while. It's
Sure.
a
Yeah, that's a good point.
year game. And early on, right, you don't need to release content as early on, right? Because you could say, well, they went 7 months before that without doing major content. But all content is new upon launch, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So they had like, what, 6 different modes or something like that, right? On 7, I don't know.
Yeah,
Depends on what you want to call them mode. You got what I'm saying. They had a bunch
Mhm.
of modes, and cool, that entertains people for 7 months, and the game already was kind of getting dry at that 7 month point. But now we only got one edition, and we're at like 5 months. they gotta if they want to keep people, they gotta release them.
All right, let me ask you guys this question. See if you can guess. Try. I want you to try to guess what my favorite content in DSA has been since the raid. And I'm talking about new characters or new events. There's something they did that I had a blast doing. That was such a minor little thing, and I had I had so much fun doing it. I'll reveal it. I won't let it hinder that long.
Is it the energy thing where it's like max or 3 or 1?
No, not that
No,
little
okay.
thing. No.
No.
Did you game the system for Sorcerer's Tournament leaderboards?
No, it wasn't that. It was the damn when they added the final tier of the summoner challenges. That was
Oh,
so much
really?
fun
That was
going
pretty
back and
good.
doing, like using those my
Okay.
old villains and things like that. And they were surprisingly tough. They weren't just like you put it on auto and win.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that has been my favorite content since the raid. It's like, yes, how Mike, these characters are kind of weak. These are strong. Like you have to use all the support characters and all the defense
Mhm.
characters, and like there's some other spells that are out that wasn't there before. But like I don't know about you guys. I had a lot. That was probably the most fun I've
Those are
had in
fun.
this game since the raid, just because of how challenging it was, and
Yeah.
like you're depending on good RNG, and it was like, man, I had a blast.
I'm terrible. I think I finished them all pretty quickly. I wish they were a little harder.
Sure.
Sky's got the best roster out of all of us, probably.
Well, do you know Juice has the lowest summoner score out of all of us now?
You got you
Probably.
got Fluffy too.
Yeah. Me, I'm not fluffy, dude. It's cultivated mass.
Oh.
I've been hoarding, man. I haven't done anything.
I've
think
I've been trying to bring on that what's it called, that fluff score.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's going well. I went from like 21 to 17. That actually takes a good amount. That
Yeah.
that was 2 tier 8s later and getting a couple more on the way. My Ursa's almost there. I'm just trying to finish off these Hercules teams, and then
Yeah. One thing I do want to talk about is the
Mhm.
adventure tag and how it's going to be required for the Raya event, right?
Oh yeah.
Because if we look at the adventure tag, it's actually kind of a tag that a lot of people aren't going to have like super built up, right? So the adventure tag has 8 characters currently, and I think Raya and maybe the other character I'm not sure will be added. But right now you're looking at Barley, Jack Sparrow, Moana, Bo Peep, and then the 4 Rescue Rangers.
So basically,
Uh,
characters that most free to plays won't have.
Yes. So like so a lot of people have Barley, Jack
Mhm.
Sparrow. Uh, they'll have those 2 up. You should have your Moana at least up a bit, a few, 4 stars, 5 stars for the from the natural event, even if you didn't pay. Your Monterey, maybe you worked on your Monterey Jack for the
Working on it right
Rescue
now.
Rangers event. Maybe not though. And then that 5th character is where it really, really gets rough because you're looking at one of the 3 event Rescue Rangers characters or Bo Peep. So probably if you want to invest slightly into Raya, throw Bo Peep on your weekly farm now that she's farmable. That's probably your best route if you
Yeah.
do want to get 5 different adventures up. Just because unless you want to whale or you already whaled, Chip, Dale,
Mhm.
and Gadget, just there's no way to really go for them without just spending the money.
Well, quick question for you, Sky. Based on the kits, the Rescue Rangers kits, because I don't know, is there a benefit of running Bo Peep to like put taunt on? Because Bo Peep put taunt on another character, right? Or no?
Right? Sounds right. Yes.
Is that beneficial at all for any of them?
I
I don't
mean,
really know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Bo Peep's bad, but if you want a adventure for the event, Bo Peep is a option now that she's farmable.
That's another thing we can talk about too. Is like Bo Peep and Moana are now going to be farmable. And someone
And they're both
else.
adventurers.
They're both adventures. And Bo Peep is even an easier farm because she's also in Grand Campaign. Just pointing it out there.
Yeah.
But what
She
the
might be my next Grand Campaign farm.
might be she wouldn't be a terrible one, I think, especially if you're going for adventure, I guess. She does have a decent lead. It's a high offense, but not top tier, but mid tier. I would say mid tier lead, high offense boost. But this kind of shows because you saw this with the Incredibles, Dash, Jack. They became farmable, and now we have Bo Peep, and we have Moana, and leaves me to think, when are we gonna get Scar, and when are we gonna get, Gizmo's probably getting close to this too. Maybe not yet, but Jafar is definitely gonna be on the chopping block soon, my guess, because of how this works. Which would make sense.
Like, who spends on that event? Who does that?
Dan,
Those people.
I'm just kidding.
Those people. If you spend on Aladdin at this point of the game, right, for Jafar, you just want to spend money, and that's okay. But they're gonna spend that money either way. No one's like, oh, I gotta get Jafar. They're like, oh, I have some money I want to spend. I'll spend it on Jafar. Like
if you want to spend on
It's not
Jafar,
making
you better
money.
already have like a gear tier 8, level 70, maxed out ability Yzma. That's all I'm saying.
right, exactly. It's like Dan recently wail on Aladdin like the last pass. I feel like he probably wailed on it early on.
Yeah, because we were talking about it like on a stream, I think on Friday or something last week. He's like, yeah, I want to get my Aladdin team so I can get that Aladdin event trophy. I was like, hey, trophies are cool though. I'm not gonna lie, trophies will drive a certain demographic, and Dan just happens to be in that, and so am I.
Well, here's the thing: Dan's just gonna spend the money.
We're hating on
If
Dan.
he doesn't spend it on that, he's just gonna spend it on a bundle. He's just gonna spend money. He's gonna.
We love you, Dan. We love you, Dan.
We love him, but like he's the I mentioned the Dan type people that just want to spend money, and that's great, and they keep the game alive. I
Yeah.
appreciate them, but at the same time, it's like, well, they're just gonna spend the money. This event isn't making you guys money, I promise.
But yeah, there's some changes coming, and I don't know, I guess this time reminds me of the first dry spell, which was like, August to October. This like kind of like what's happening. So I don't think April is going to be that crazy of a month, to be honest. I think this is going to be like our October, and then like towards the end of the month, oh, data mine this, data mine that, data mine this, and then next thing you know, here comes the next big thing in May. That's my guess.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
I could see some. Hopefully, I don't want them to wait too long, because though it doesn't really matter for me, I'm gonna keep playing the game to grind.
Shoot, yeah.
If the game is bad, people will leave.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a benefit because I can farm now in peace.
I feel the same way. I love this time of the game. It's bad for streaming, good for enjoyment.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. I was gonna ask you guys this too. I don't know if I remember reading this in Twitch chat or I read it somewhere else online, but I don't know if you guys even posted it in our Discord chat. Is this do you think maybe the slowing down of content or new modes or things like that and just kind of character releases is like maybe leading up to like the EA acquisition? Like, are we starting to see some of this take place a little bit, or is this too early to tell still, or I don't know?
I would think they want to put out a lot more content because they need to fluff up their numbers for the EA acquisition to get the best penny for the acquisition, unless it's already been, pre-signed and whatever the legalese is for that. But no, I would definitely think they need to fluff their active users every day, their installs and everything like that. And XYZ, they need to fluff all the numbers up. And I don't know what they're like right now, but if people are leaving the game and these are like, more hardcore players, that's a problem. But what could bring them back is content. I'll be honest, like, even for those who have left, even if you brought back 10% and those 10% stuck for like at least another year, that's 10% of a consumer base that could possibly spend, etc., and just be an active user on the game every day. So I think that's they need to push things out fast before things get too bad.
And like, I don't know, like it's crazy to think about about the content drought, because like there's so many little things they could do to implement in the game that I feel like wouldn't take them that long. They already have the infrastructure, but it would create new content. Like, for instance, there could be a mode where like every day of the week, like you do like a AI club dungeon type thing, but you're only allowed to use Oceanics on one day, and like another day use Kingdom, or like another day use Princesses. And like you may not have those characters on certain days that do those, but like you get bonus rewards, and maybe you go through like a 3-level phase, like a club dungeon type thing or a tower. But on certain days you're only allowed to use certain characters or certain classes. Like, that's one thing. Like, I brought up the concept of where like you do a battle against computer or AI where like they put pre-selected characters on the battlefield, and you have to use those characters to defeat the other wave or waves, and it lets you use characters you may not use before. Like if it throws Javar on the battlefield, I don't have Javar unlocked. I know how he works, but I've never actually played with him before. It's similar to how like you do events where like they put Gizmo Duck on the battlefield for you, or they put Donald or Goofy during Sensational Six, and you get to like experience them like by playing with them. Like there's ways they can introduce new events or new content without totally doing artwork and animation and coding and things like that. They have these infrastructures in place. It's just a matter of like, you're just doing it in a little bit of a different way. And that may not be fun, but at least it's new and you're still getting more rewards at the same time. So like, I don't know. I may be out of line by saying that, but I feel like there's ways they could have more stuff going on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they could just add 20 dungeon levels and scale the rewards very differently. So there's a very slight increase in the amount you get on the 40th floor versus the current 20th, right? They could do something like that, and just
because the first thing I thought of is like, yeah, I had played that Disney Heroes Battle Mode game, which is totally different from DSA, but like they break all their characters down into like yellow, red, and blue, and then like on certain days you're only allowed to use blue characters to defeat these waves and stuff to get rewards, and like that's a simple thing. But in DSA, it's not color based; it's like class based, so like Kingdom or Oceanic, and so like I was overwhelmed by the amount of content in that game just because I got into that game super late. There's so many characters out right now. It's like, yeah, I'm sure they're looking at other games. Like I don't see why. I don't know. Maybe they're thinking about something like that. I don't know.
Their devs
Blue,
are from
if you're watching this,
Soga,
come on.
right?
Yeah.
Of course, they know other games in the genre. They made other games in the genre.
So we'll see. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, I would like to see like Towers of Endurance, like a new set of those. Like honestly, those get me excited. I mean, okay, the weekly towers, I get it, but like Towers of Endurance to give me a new spell, I like that.
Mhm. It doesn't even have to be a new spell too. They can just like an event spell,
True.
something like Claw or Wild Imagination or Bucket of Soldiers. You can just all of a sudden say, oh, it's not an event spell anymore, or it is an event spell, but kind of like how Duke Kaboom is, right? And you can get it in packs and for winning or beating the tower, like that'd be super easy.
It makes me wonder, how would you guys feel like if they brought like a new set of modifiers into the game? Like if they brought it in like next month?
The modifiers can be really great and really fun, and they also can ruin a game. So I'd have to see the modifiers.
If they're anything, like, okay, let's just say they're actually like not bad. I think like MSF has like a happy medium between like a Swaga type, which is absolutely horrendous, and like one that actually kind of makes sense. I know you guys don't know the MSF one, but that one, I believe it's more or less like kind of guaranteed, like what you put in is what you're gonna get, and like you can't really, it's like stones, but like just a more elaborate version of stones, unlike mods in Swaga, which is like, yeah, you might get this or you might get that, who knows, but it's never gonna be equal. Like your Elsa could be 10 times better than this person's Elsa just because the mods aren't like off, or like they're not equal at all. But yeah,
I think I actually love stones. I just hate speed stones. I think speed stones are really uninteresting.
I think there should be a place where you can like actually farm the starlight too outside of the event.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's set up fine. I think it
Yeah,
gets people to spend money,
True,
but without being too terrible.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the whole modifier thing because I haven't played any other games aside from this game. But like, are modifiers like only in certain modes, or like do they only last for Are they like short-term
like
modifiers?
stones. It's like another way to modify and upgrade the character.
Got it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a more elaborate version of stones.
Much more elaborate and RNG based. Like stones, there's the RNG of getting the drops of the right type. But overall, it's like it's gonna even out eventually, and know more or less how long everything is gonna take. Mods, it's like, oh, it could be endless.
Yeah,
it could be endless.
I'm I'm gonna throw this out too, because I know we kind of got sidetracked a little bit, but we were talking about the event too. And you guys can read it, but Barstool made a great point in Twitch chat right now. He said, well, they missed a golden opportunity. Raya could have been a legendary map under the Club Adventures tab where you had to complete the 5 stages: tail, claw, spine, fang, and heart. Like, location means a whole lot in the movie. I know you guys haven't seen it yet, but like, that's something we haven't seen in a while too, like a campaign event, like a campaign where you're beating multiple levels and the locations may change. I know that's artwork and more stuff they have to do behind the scenes, but like, um, we've been talking about a lot of different things they could have done, but that's definitely one thing they can do. I had to shout that out. And a good point, Barstool. I liked it.
Great idea.
That's a great idea. It also makes you think like it could even be like for other things like Monsters Inc. Like you have to find the right door or something like that.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Just no, every content doesn't need to be a entirely new everything like a raid, right? You can have small
Exactly.
updates as well as large updates, but you need updates that actually change the game
Mm-hmm.
and don't just build upon what you already have, right?
Because DSA is very good, or Glue's very good at copying, as we've seen.
Yeah, well, because like even think about like the summoners challenges that
Yeah.
that's right there. They all have such similar names, but they raised the like the daily challenges. They raised the difficulty, but that's not new content either, right? That's just building upon content they already have.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally the exact same thing. They just bump up some numbers.
True.
Like,
And
yeah,
like,
I mean, they can do very simple things that are new.
you get,
They just don't.
I don't know if you guys know this, but like the leaderboard, I believe they stole it from this game called Archer. It's about
A
like,
lot of games have leaderboards.
oh, they
A
do.
lot of
Okay.
games. Yeah, it's
'Cause
very popular.
I didn't realize that because I know that Swaga doesn't have that, right? So that's like those are the only other games I play. And MSF, I don't think it has. I could be wrong, but these collectors games.
I played Disney Heroes Battle Mode at the beginning. They always had some type of contest going on like that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that makes
Like,
sense.
always.
Let's bring in the game for
Let's
the Club
bring in
33
the
podcast.
game.
Um,
It's always rigged
Okay,
against
so
me.
let me give you some background on the game. So I'm gonna make sure we're good here. So, look, I did not have a game prepared, so I went live on it because I had to go to the dentist after work and stuff like that. Anyways, so I'm not making excuses, but I really am. So I actually made the game live on stream. So you guys weren't watching. Hopefully, you guys didn't check out the past broadcast. I know Dragon was busy. Sky, I don't know if you weren't in here. If you were here, then screw you. So you know what? We did the game live on Twitch and we actually got the viewers to help out with some of the song requests. So we're getting the viewers involved in the podcast more, right? Dragon shaking his head. Yeah. This worked out perfectly. We
There we
are
go.
playing Disney Tunes version 3, game number 3. And Sky still have a 2-game lead in front of Dragon. Dragon, we'll see if we can get you on the board for this time. It's gonna be best of 7. You guys know how this works. If you're new to the stream or new to this podcast, I'm gonna be reading some song lyrics from a Disney song. The first person to buzz in and tell me the name of the song and the name of the film will get the point, and the best of 7 will take the win. I will warn you though. This is going to be more of a challenging one, so hopefully you guys do well. Maybe
Okay.
I'm completely wrong, but we had fun putting these together. I got all these are from my viewers and our viewers. Aside from me, I had one input on one of them, so maybe I'll have you guess which one that was. But you guys know how this works. Before we start, though, I'm gonna need a example buzz out of each of you before, so I know what I'm hearing for.
Wah wah.
Beep. There we go.
Wait, what was it, Dragon?
Beep.
Wait,
Beep.
vape?
No, beep.
Beep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound like you were saying babe. I'm like, what's up, babe? What's up, babe?
No. Here we go.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Chat,
I'm
if you're
ready.
watching along, feel free and play along.
Oh, wait, I gotta minimize
If
chat.
you are watching on YouTube, leave a comment below if you did well, or you like the game, or you like us, or you like what you heard, or just damn it, leave a comment where you like them.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
If you
Song
don't like us,
number
also
1.
leave a comment.
Dragon, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. 1 minute, I'm in Central Park. Then I'm down on Delancey Street. Said from the Bowery to St. Mark's, there's a syncopated beat. Right? Said woo, 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 woo. I'm streetwise. I can improvise. I said, woo, 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 woo. I'm street smart.
Right.
I've got New York City heart.
I know what it's from,
Holy
but I don't know
crap.
the movie. I know the scene. I'm not a.
Then
I've
buzz in and
seen-
give me the movie so you get half a point, damn it.
Oh, what am I
This
doing?
guy.
Wah wah. It's like Street Smarts or something similar from Oliver and Company, and like the dog is like
you get
taking the
half
other
the
dog
point.
around.
Holy
It
I don't know
is
what
from
the name
Oliver
is,
and
though.
Company. The song is called "Why Should I Worry" from Oliver and Company, and that was from Topher. Topher suggested that
Nice,
song.
Yeah,
Good job,
That's
Topher.
one
I
of the
never
few
watched that
ones that I
movie.
don't have a lot of.
Oh,
I
you've never
knew-
seen Oliver and Company, Dragon?
Anything from like the dark ages of Disney, I've never watched.
I've seen
Okay.
every canon film. No. Wreck-It Ralph 2 came out. Other than Wreck-It Ralph 2, I've seen every canon Disney movie.
Question 2 or song 2. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got myself a notion, one I know that you'll understand, to set the world in motion by reaching out for each other's hand. Maybe we'll discover what we should have known all along. One way to another, together's where we both belong. If we listen to each other's heart, we'll find we're
woo.
Sky.
Eye to Eye from Goofy movie.
Oh shit.
He is right on the money.
I
Eye
haven't-
to eye from
Little
the
Powerline,
Goofy-
dude. Powerline's the man.
I haven't watched that since like I was in grade school.
What? Goofy movie's so good.
Swear.
Yeah, dude, it's really good. All right, Sky, you were at 1.5. Let's go. Song that came from Boba Life, by the way. So blame
Nice,
Boba, not
Boba.
me.
Classic Boba.
Song number 3. Are you guys ready?
Here we go.
Look at me, may never pass for a perfect bride or
Big,
perfect
what do I
daughter.
do? Wah wah.
Sky.
Reflection from Mulan.
I knew it was
Absolutely.
Reflection. I mean, I knew what song it was.
100%.
I just didn't know. I forgot the title. Right when you said it, I knew what it was.
That request came from Lauren Zobe. Thanks, Lauren.
Nice.
Sky is going to put you up at 2.5. Dragon, let's get you on the board. Come on. Here we go. Song number 4. They say we are what we are, but we don't have to be. I'm bad behavior, but I do it in the best way. I'll be the watcher of the eternal flame. I'll be the guard dog of your fever dreams. Oh, I am the sand in the bottom half of the hourglass. Oh, I try to picture me without you, but I can't because we could be immortals. Immortal.
Wee woo, wee woo. Immortals.
Sky, go for it.
Oh gosh. Another film I haven't watched in a long time.
Dude, let's go. 3.5 for Sky. Yes, the correct answer was Immortals from Big Hero 6. Get out your inner Fallout Boy, guys. And that came from
start
Boba
headbanging.
Life again. Blame Boba on that one. not me.
See, he's hitting. There's some good ones here. The ones I haven't seen a lot of. Like I think I've only seen Big Hero 6 once.
We're gonna officially change the segment to "Does Sky know the song or not?" Here we go. Question
I see how it is.
number 5 or song number 5. You guys ready?
Wait, hold on. I think it should be who could sing the songs. I would
Well, you
definitely fucking win that.
Yeah, you'd win that. You don't want to hear me do anything.
Here's
rap.
what we'll do. Based on the songs that we did today, Dragon, if you want to give us like one verse or a chorus
Ooh.
or something, you can throw a little fresh spin on it at the end. How about that?
Well, I'll consider it. Does it guarantee points?
At this point, it probably should. All right,
It
question
probably
number 5.
should, right? Yeah.
All right, question or song
my
number 5.
gosh.
Here we go. Little town, it's a quiet village.
Oh, gosh.
Every day,
Oh
like
my
wee-woo.
gosh.
Sky high fan.
What is
Oh,
this?
shoot.
That's cheating. That's like the spelling bee.
I am cheating. I thought I had it. That's Bonjour. God, it's Beauty and the Beast, and it's
Yeah.
Is it just
Dragon, do you have
Bonjour?
it?
I know it's from Beauty and the Beast. I just don't know the name.
I can't believe I'm blanking. I can see the entire scene playing out in my head. I'm blanking on the name of it. I might just have to. That might be my bad. Should have waited.
I guess you'll both get half points.
All right, I will give you both a half point for it.
Yes.
Why I thought
I can't get to the chorus. I can't.
that's gonna put you at 4. Dragon.
Failure.
Sky that put you at 4. Dragon, that's gonna put you at 0.5. The song is called Bell.
Was it really
Oh,
just
I'm an
Bell?
idiot. I'm such
It's
an idiot.
Bell.
That's
God,
ridiculous.
I should have got that. I knew the song. I heard it a million times at work. Jesus.
All right, here we
Yeah.
go. Song number 6.
I'm done. Oh, I'm bad.
Here we go.
Here we go. There you see her sitting there across the way.
Here we
Dragon.
go. Kiss the Girl from Little Mermaid.
Yes, on the board. That song was actually worth times 5 points. So Dragon,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
currently
Am I in the lead? Am I in the lead? Oh man,
No, you're
I
not.
got the multiplier.
I just want to see Sky's reaction. He didn't say babe. Yeah, actually no. Let's deduct the points. Let's give him the Sky. He didn't.
Oh,
He didn't buzz in
gosh.
the right way. All right. The final song, Dragon. That's going to put you at 1.5. Sky, you're at
There
4.
we go. Getting closer.
All right. Last song number 7. It's easy. All you have to do is to that's funny. Sky.
You Can Fly from Peter Pan.
Yeah, on the money. Nice job, man.
What the hell? How'd you get
is going
that?
to
What? It's easy. All you have to do is to it's funny. I've just never thought of it before. Thought of what? Fly.
Oh shit.
got it. Sky's gonna take it with a 5 to 1.5 from Dragon. But Dragon, was there
Yeah?
any of these songs that you particularly like that you want to give us a little taste of?
So no. I'm just because I didn't win. I'm just there was so the last one I thought it was all you have to do is jump from Aladdin. You know what I'm talking about? Like the song. Is it the Street Rat song? You know what I'm talking? Do you know what I'm
From
talking
Aladdin?
about? Yeah. Or is it maybe just in the
yeah.
musical? I can't remember.
I think that's just in the musical. 'Cause
Okay.
When they're jumping over, there's no song. Like when
I get it. Okay. That means
the
I
movie
watched the
is-
musical too much.
yeah,
little too
see, I have
much.
like close to no knowledge of the musical versions of these songs. So
And by the way, a last point too is "Kiss the Girl" came from me, and then
Nice.
"You Can Fly" from Peter Pan came from Topher again. So,
nice.
oh yeah, and Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Who do you think that came from?
Dark Spark.
Zara.
What? Who'd you say, Dragon?
Dark Spark.
No. Good guess though. Do you want to give a guess, Guy?
Zara.
Yeah, Beautiful Princess Zara.
Yeah.
It's her favorite
Belle's her
film
favorite,
and favorite
yeah.
princess.
I know
He knows.
Zara.
Obvious.
You know Zara.
It's because Dark Spark made a comment when we were doing that, and he's like, "This specific fail depresses
Yeah.
me."
Oh, guys, I feel so bad. I'm like, I get You Can Fly instantly and don't get Belle.
Yeah, it's the freaking name
I'm
of
a
the song.
failure.
Yeah.
And I
Well done,
that
everybody.
That
We'll
plays in
just,
the Animation Academy at Disneyland. So I literally would hear it. I had the loop memorized of it's like 20 something songs.
Yeah.
Belle was one of them. I'd hear it like all the time.
Maybe I'll think of a new game, or maybe we'll go back to DSA Who Am I or something like that. We'll take a break from Disney Tunes a little bit. And
Do you have any
yeah.
games you like, Dragon, that you're good at? Do you have any recommendations?
Singing. That's about it.
Yeah.
That is, I think,
You guys
the
will
only
both sing,
one
and
can
then
win in.
chat will have to rate on a level 10 scale.
I like that. That's nice.
And Sky still wins.
Hear me out.
Oh.
Hear me out. Hear me out. So it's a channel bet, and whoever just gets more points wins, and then the people that bet also get all the points of the people that bet, and for the loser. That's the chaos I'm talking about.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
You know what was good though? I was really worried we are gonna have to jump into some of the choruses for you guys to figure out the songs, because like I was dying during the Immortals Fallout Boy thing. I'm so happy we able to get to the chorus. That was epic, man. That was so much fun.
Well, because I was thinking, I'm like, oh, that's Fall Out Boy. I don't like think if I'm thinking of Disney songs, I'm not gonna think of Fall Out Boy. But I'm like,
That's
oh,
crazy.
I know what this is.
No, I was just gonna ask you guys what you've been working on and stuff like that. It seems like we're all in the same boat where we're farming and hoarding and just doing our normal stuff. And it's kind of we went into that long route of things being a little bit dry, maybe stale at the moment. But yeah, I have really nothing else to add, Drag. I have nothing else to plug or anything like that. So I'm good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for what I'm working on, like only have one more character left for Hercules, and then we're gonna be going on that gear tier 8 grind for a lot of characters. So,
Yay.
yep. And I guess I'll throw in Bo Peep in my farming somehow, somewhere, because now that she's, formed. Yay.
Yeah, and you wanna get adventures up just for that event, right?
Mm-hmm.
So might as well.
That's about
It also
it.
makes Monterey Jack a better farm, right? Because now he's a multi-event character.
He's a little bit more lucrative, and he is my grand campaign farm right now, actually, which is ironic. But no, there we go. We're getting him going. But yeah.
Yeah, let me see. I don't know. I just G6'd all the Herc characters, so I'm need a few more shards on the grand campaign characters, but just getting the Herc characters up. I think I have all of Herc's gear saved up for 7 to 8 already.
Nice.
So I can just instantly get them up, and then I don't know. I'm probably gonna work on Pain and Panic and Hades after that. It's kind of a weird spot. Like, I might just hoard gear for Gear 9 also. Thinking about it,
True.
because right, everything we're using should stack and receive additional gear on top of it, right? So most likely we're gonna need double what we've needed to get a single character from 7 to 8, as well as new gear pieces. So yeah, I think I'll get to a point where I say I don't really need X, Y, and Z. I'd rather hoard, and I think I'm honestly fairly close, just for my own account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just quick thing for me. Like damn, dude, I haven't spent money in this game since like I got VIP this past week, but it's been like over a month and a half where I haven't gotten anything. So it's just been straight horde mode. Like my Zerg team is still working. Like I've still taken number 1 in S Sorcerer's tournament.
Nice.
It's not even close, man. It's like these teams, like I'm going up against Mickey, Beast, all these crazy hybrid legendary teams, and Ursula too. And it's like the team does surprisingly still well. And like if I can get some good matchmaking PvP, I can still do well. So like I have a team that's being successful in every game mode. Like I'm sitting on thousands of like not thousands but like 1,000 like wispy droplets now. Like I have so much gear, and that's why I said my summoner score is pretty low, because I haven't worked on anybody or got anybody up. But like when some of these legendary events come back around, I'll definitely invest a lot of my gold that I've been hoarding and everything else. But like there's no reason to, right? I mean, if I have a team that's doing well, like I'm gonna keep rolling with it until really the meta shifts super insane to the point where I have to.
Mm-hmm.
How are you guys doing on gold? I have like 9 million gold right now.
I'm at 1.
And I just starred like a bunch of characters up.
I
think I just hit like 15, but I've been hoarding for a while. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the first time in a sense, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know when that I have gold. Like Beast, maybe. I think when Beast came out, it might have been the last time I had gold hordes.
Yeah.
And now
the
I'm
second
like,
thing is like the 7-star, my 7-star Beauty and the Beast are going to take 1 million each, and then like Beast to level 70 is going to cost I don't know how much gold.
3.5
mil.
3.5.
Yeah, so it's cool being at this much gold, but I know it's just going to get sliced right in half or even less than that after the event comes out. So right, so I'll be sad.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 1 million gold, because we have to level up all those Hercules characters and all that crap that really gets to your team, your gold count, and then and then also whenever I get like a gear tier 8 character, you got to bring them up to level 67, and 67 is not cheap. It's still like 2.5 million or something like that, or 2 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit rough on the gold, and I'm referencing roughly from like level 50 to 67. It's like 2 million, so 2.5 million, something like that. So that's why my gold goes really fast. Well, guys, there you go. We're wrapping up episode 11 of the Club 33 podcast, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks, and hopefully something spices it up. But we'll talk about Raya and Amari then. So when that happens, we'll see you guys then. Have a good one, guys.
We could be immortals.